Today we're going to talk about alpaca hoodies, the pros, the cons, weight, materials, how they're built, how they affect the environment, all that good stuff. Don't check out to the end of the video because I'm going to give away an alpaca beanie. You got to stick around to know exactly how to get that beanie. Real quick before we do that, if you're not familiar with this channel, this is the Ultralight Mindset. My name is Scott. On this channel, we talk about outdoor gear. We talk about ways to find more time for adventure so you can spend more time outdoors, traveling, hiking, backpacking, canoeing, jumping out of a plane, whatever it is that you're into. We want to figure out a way for you to spend more time doing those things. Also focus definitely on lowering our environmental impact, whether that's through gear or the things we're doing while we're hiking or the things that we're doing at home. So as I like to say, don't just lighten your pack, lighten your footprint. So if you're into those type of things, if that sounds cool, you want to get more information on that, please subscribe to the channel. That would be super rad. So now that that's out of the way, let's talk about some alpaca. The first hoodie or brand that I want to talk about is a brand called Arms of Andes. I don't think they're quite as well known as the other two brands that we're going to talk about, but I've had a long sleeve shirt, this shirt right here, and their hoodie for about a year and a half. I've been super impressed with it. Being that they make everything in Peru in one location, they keep their manufacturing footprint really small. This particular shirt was dyed with eucalyptus. The other hoodie was dyed with lilac, which is super cool. And one of the things that's a little bit different with Arms of Andes is that they sew all of their garments with organic cotton, which is super cool because that means that this shirt is 100% biodegradable. There's no synthetic dyes, no nylon thread. It's alpaca fiber, so it's natural. So it's 100% biodegradable. And you don't really find that very often because most things are still, even if they're 100% alpaca fabric, which means that's biodegradable, they're still sewn with nylon thread. Oh yeah, don't forget, down below, right down there in the description of the video, you'll be able to find links to these brands. Go check out these hoodies on their websites. But even though I got those discount codes, that does not mean that this is like the new and I'm telling you to go jump on a bandwagon and buy one of these alpaca hoodies. Please do not buy these things unless you absolutely need these things. This channel, the Ultralight Mindset, is not about buying a bunch of gear and collecting things and all of that. This is about being intentional. This is about doing the right thing. This is about buying things that you need. All of this gear, it's great gear. But don't go get it just to get it. All right, so this is the hoodie. This is a badass color, man. They're like the way that they dye this and the fact that they use natural dyes. This thing is cool, and it's got a nickel zipper. I'll tell you what, let me just throw this thing on real quick. All right, that's better. So now you can see it's got this nickel zipper here. None of the other hoodies have zippers, so this is something that's pretty cool. It is nice to be able to unzip this thing. It's got a nice deep zipper, you know, so you can vent if you start getting hot. Hood's really nice, nice and deep, easily covers everything up. And when it's zipped up, you know, it comes right underneath your chin. This doesn't rub. There's no zipper garage on it, but I've had like no issues of it like rubbing on my chin or anything. So that's been totally fine. It has legit really nice thumb holes. You can see that there. No like little cheap loop sewn in that's just gonna rip out. These are legit, and the sleeves are really like nice and long, so they cover your hands really well. But they're also, the cuffs are stretchy and they're tight enough that when you don't have your thumb in it, they're not like falling down over your hands, which personally that drives me crazy. But no, they fit really well. The fabric on this hoodie is, I don't know the exact weight, but it is, I would consider it like a mid-weight, like maybe compare it to It's a little heavier than I would say a 100 weight fleece. Like your typical, you know, fleece, you're gonna like Columbia, North Face, like lightweight fleece, like a micro fleece. It's definitely warmer than that, and it's definitely a bit thicker and heavier, but very comfortable, great fit. It's nice and long, but not like overly long. So that's really nice when you're, you know, down working with a fire or doing whatever it is, you're getting stuff out of your pack. When you bend over, you know, it's not pulling up and shooting cold air up your back or whatever. So that's really nice. Yeah, Arms of Andes is a pretty sweet company, so you should go check them out. All right, so this is a hoodie from Appalachian Gear Company. If you're a hiker, you're probably familiar with this company. They came on the scene a couple of years ago, and they've just blown up. Their hoodies sell out super quick because they're in high demand. And I've been hiking with their stuff for a couple of years now, and it is pretty awesome. You see the fabric there. It's got like a little furry thing going on with it. It's really stretchy. Their hoodies are really, really stretchy, like the whole thing. Breathable. I would say this hoodie is a little bit more breathable than the Arms of Andes for sure. Let me see if you can see how much they stretch. And over time, these hoodies do stretch out a bit. They get longer, bigger, baggier. I've heard some people say that you can put them in the dryer and they'll shrink back to the, you know, like their original shape and all of that. I've tried that. It didn't quite work for me. So if you don't want a really baggy hoodie, you definitely need to size down, like at least one size, if not two. This is a small. And I've had a medium, I've had a large. They've changed their sizing over the years a little bit too. I don't think they're as baggy as they used to be. But that was the one issue that I had with the fit of Appalachian Gear Company, is that after a little bit of time, I ended up with more of like a dress with the hoodie, which it's nice that it's long in the back because it does keep you kind of, you know, it helps to keep you warm. But man, when you get in some rain and that thing's hanging out like 6 inches below your rain jacket, it gets wet. And that's not great. But this is a small, like I said, and this thing fits me perfect. It's not too long. It's not super baggy. It's really, really nice, really comfortable. That's one thing about Appalachian Gear Company. Their hoodies, because they are so stretchy, they're really comfortable and soft. So no thumb holes, you know, just a nice cuff. You can still pull these down over your hands because they're so stretchy, which is what I do if my hands are cold. But there aren't any thumb holes. And then the hood, also because it's so stretchy, nice big deep hood, covers everything really well. Great with a ball cap. Yeah, simple hoodie. There's no zipper, there's no pocket, nothing. It's just lightweight, stretchy, warm. Once again, as far as the warmth and the weight of the fabric, I would compare this, as far as the thickness of the fabric, I'd compare it to like 100 weight fleece, like I said earlier with the Arms of Andes. It's probably similar to that, but definitely warmer, quite a bit warmer. I definitely have the most experience with this hoodie. I wear it like all the time. It's pretty sweet. If you're a hiker or you're trail running, something like that, this is a great choice. Next up is the PAKA OG, their original hoodie. Man, this hoodie, first thing I'm going to say about this hoodie is that it is definitely the softest hoodie by far and the most comfortable hoodie by far. It has more of like a fancy sweater feel to it. I mean, I think it's still plenty durable, and it's been durable for me, but it's definitely the classier of the hoodies. It also has this You see that there? It's got this interesting like open V-neck to it. You'll be able to see it more once I put it on, but you can see the material there. I mean, yeah, it's like a little class up. All right, so you can see what I was talking about here. It's got this really interesting like open V thing to the hood going on. So when you put the hood up, you end up with something like this, which is definitely different and unique. I like it and I don't like it at the same time. Like I like it because it's different, and I think it's kind of cool looking. The functionality of it is a little like having it open like this. If you're trying to keep your neck warm and seal off this cold air here, that can be a little bit challenging. But if you're carrying a buff, which if you're out hiking or backpacking, I always carry a buff. That would be an easy way to deal with this, because once you put a buff on around your neck, it's not a problem. Actually, let's just do that. See what I mean? Buff, boom. You can easily go crazy ninja, close up that hole, whatever you want to do, right? So definitely not a deal breaker having the open style neck. And like I said, this is more of a hybrid hoodie is what I would consider it. Like definitely durable enough and certainly warm enough. It's just as warm as these other hoodies, if not slightly warmer, so it's going to work out in the mountains. You can definitely hike and backpack with it. Another thing that's different about this hoodie is the fact that it's not 100% alpaca cloth material, whatever you want to say. It's actually a good percentage of this is recycled polyester. I think it's about 30%. I'll throw that up on the screen so you can see. This company PAKA, I would list off all the things that they're doing to be more environmentally friendly and to do things for people in the area where they're producing these hoodies, but I probably would forget. It's such a long list. It's super rad. I mean, they're doing a lot of really, really cool things. Whew, man, I'm getting hot. Hold on one sec. Whew. Okay. What I was saying, these are all good companies. They're all great companies. So which one of these hoodies would you choose? If I'm just thinking about hiking and trail running, probably going to reach for the Appalachian Gear Company hoodie. If I'm looking for something that's more of a hybrid, like kind of jazzed up, little nicer looking, cool looking, super soft, but also durable, probably go with PAKA. If I was looking for something that was a little bit different and has a zipper, which is pretty cool, so you're able to vent, and I'm not as concerned with weight, then I would go with Arms of Andes. Now, the one thing that I want to mention about all of these brands that I would love to see, and as far as I can tell, none of them are doing this. So they're all talking about microplastics. Like, that's a huge thing right now. Everybody, that's like kind of a buzzword. And it should be, because it's a huge, huge problem that we have. Like all these synthetics in our gear and in our clothing, every time that you wash that clothing, microplastics come out. They end up in our streams, our rivers, eventually the ocean. They end up on our food. They found microplastic in people's blood, in people's lungs. It's really bad. So what I would love to see these companies do is not only talk about microplastics and the problem of microplastics, but how to deal with those microplastics when you're caring for these garments that they're selling. All of these hoodies contain some sort of synthetic material. The PAKA hoodie is 30-some% recycled nylon. Arms of Andes hoodie is sewn with organic thread, and it's 100% alpaca material. It's still got a zipper in it, and the backing on that zipper is synthetic. So there's still that small part of that hoodie that when you wash it, it's going to shed microplastic. Appalachian Gear Company, same thing. They advertise 100% alpaca, 100% alpaca. They say nothing about the fact that there's synthetics in it. And it's sewn with nylon thread because nylon thread is durable. It's only 1% of the total garment. It still has plastic in it. And when you wash that thing, it's going to shed plastic. So here's what I would love to see all of these gear manufacturers do. Tell people what to do to deal with the plastic. There are filters that you can actually put onto your washing machine. There are bags that you can put these pieces of clothing into inside of your washer, like the Guppy Friend, and you just wash them in that bag and it catches the microplastics. But for some reason, no one's talking about this fact, and it's driving me crazy. So I have a video out on that soon. It's really cool. Okay, like I said in the beginning of the video, I am going to give away an alpaca beanie from Appalachian Gear Company. I've been using one for years. They're super lightweight and they're super rad. So how do you get that beanie? It's really simple. Go down in the comments and let me know, first and foremost, what you think about microplastic. Do you think it's just not that important? Do you think that we definitely need to get on top of it? Do you do anything at home to deal with it? Yeah, I would just love to know other people's opinions. You also need to subscribe to the channel and also follow on Instagram. If you're not on Instagram, well, then you're just, shit out of luck. I'm kidding. No, if you're not on Instagram, just let me know. Not a big deal. And for now, I am done talking about alpaca, because that was a really long rant, and it's hot. Like when you just put on one alpaca hoodie after another, man, it's just like, oh, it's hot. But the good thing is, when you're outside in the cold, it'll keep you warm. So, see ya. Bye.